Hi, welcome to Just Ask Sherry. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I talk about being a type 1 diabetic, my journey in weight loss, and about aging and the things that happen to us as we get older. I'm 67. I became diabetic 30 years ago. I've been on an insulin pump for 21 years, and I've kept 120 pounds off, 100 pounds off for 17 years, and the last 20 pounds off for a year, which came off just because I had surgery and got sick, and it stayed off. I'd like to share more information with you. Welcome to my channel, and I hope I can impart some information. In my last video, I shared my journey of weight loss. I shared pictures of being 120 pounds heavier than I am right now and what I look like now. And so I hope to give you some more information about my weight loss journey and the things that I did to get here. I shared that I do a 12-step program and how I got here and some of the foods that I've given up. It's one day at a time, and for me, it's become easy at second place. I have not had a cookie, a cake, an ice cream, a pie, any kind of dessert food other than fruit for 17 years. I no longer have interest. I love to look at a picture of all of those wonderful types of things. I kind of get a contact high from looking at it or smelling at it, but I no longer have that craving for it, so I don't miss it. But I love to look at it and I think, oh, wow, that looks really good, but I don't miss it anymore. It's a habit that I have broken, fortunately, and I no longer have interest. I don't fat shame anybody, and I don't look at anybody else who's overweight and say, oh, they're disgusting. I don't know how they live with themselves, because that's not my burden to carry. And if they're happy with themselves, that's fine. But I also think when someone says that they're healthy because that's the way they are and they eat right and they're healthy, it's not for me to say, but I don't know that they're healthy. I don't know that someone who is 100 or 200 or 300 pounds overweight is healthy. I'm not a doctor, but I don't know when you put that much stress on your body that you can truly be healthy. Maybe they are. I don't know that a doctor would say that they are. It puts a lot of stress on your body parts, from your heart to your knees to your ankles to your feet. And I'm not sure how healthy you really can be. Maybe I'm going to get a lot of hate mail saying it's not your business to say that. But having been there, I just don't know how that could be true. When I was going through all of these different diets, one thing that I definitely resented, I remember going to one diet program that you had to buy the food for, and the person who owned the franchise was someone I happened to know. I knew her my whole life. She was never 1 ounce overweight. And I had a real hard time going to someone who had never been 1 ounce overweight, and she's selling me diet program, selling me food. She didn't know what it was like to be overweight. And when I go to other diet programs and the person who's giving the lecture was 20 pounds overweight after having a baby and lost it, that to me was not the same as me being overweight and obese all my life, because I grew up in an obese family that a normal meal was having 2 veal cutlets fried in Crisco and mashed potatoes and corn. I didn't have a fresh vegetable until I was 18 and had a roommate who made a salad, and she said, "You've never eaten a fresh salad?" And I said, "No, I never did." And she said, "How could you have never had a fresh salad?" I said, my mother never served a fresh salad. I've just never had that. And she said, "Well, try this, she'll like it." And she had it coated in salad dressing so that I would eat it, but that's how I grew up. I didn't know from that. We had mashed potatoes with chicken fat in case butter wasn't bad enough, and corn and peas and green beans in a can were our vegetable. And we had meat every night, or chicken, and that was how we ate. And we had spaghetti and meatballs, and we had things fried in Crisco, and That's how my family grew up. That was the way we ate. I don't know why we ate that way, but that's how we ate. So I did not know any better. And then I embarked on all of these diet programs. And when they gave me, eat 1,200 calories a day, which by the way is not how to diet, which I learned, because 1,200 calories is almost starving for your average overweight person. You really need, and when I was, I don't know, maybe I was 35 or 45 pounds overweight at the time, and they told me I needed 1,550 calories. I said, that's not a diet. And they said, no, that's what you need to lose weight. And you need to lose a pound or a pound and a half a week, not 5 pounds the first week or 10 pounds. You need to eat enough to sustain yourself. I said, oh, I didn't know that. And these were all new things for me, but you need to work with someone who really understands what you're going through, not someone who never was overweight in their whole life and they think they know what you're going through. You need somebody who knows what you're going through. That's what or at least that's what I needed. Someone who understood what it was like to be obese. I'm going to stop here for a second, ask you to like and subscribe to my channel. That's what will help me keep going, help me help you. You can write to me at justasksheri@gmail.com and put your comments below, and I'll try to answer them the best I can. I appreciate you being here, but now I'm going to continue. But again, so all of these big diet programs, that's how they make money. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and this is how they're getting rich. This is how I'm not getting rich. This is how I'm telling you how I did it. And the program I went to, which was a 12-step program, was not a get-rich program. It's a non-profit organization. I strongly recommend you try a 12-step program. This is how they get this. I'm working through this with other people. I pray a lot. Anybody I know, whether they know it or not, I'm praying for them. Anybody I know who I know suffers with being obese, with weight problems, I pray for them. I have a higher power. My higher power is God. Maybe for you, it's someone else, something else, but I pray to God for all the people I know that struggle with weight loss, and I pray for them that they find abstinence being finding what your trigger foods are, not eating them anymore, and being able to relinquish that power over food. It's an addiction. The difference between food and alcohol is you can live without ever having another drink. You can't live without eating. You have to eat. So you have to find the foods that trigger you and eliminate them from your diet, but 1 second at a time, 1 minute at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 day at a time. And when you can get to the point where you give up those foods for long enough that you break the habit, that's where you make your stance. Because when you break the habit, which takes a very long time, it does not happen overnight. It takes months to break a habit. It does not happen immediately. It's a long time. You have to break that habit, and that takes work. I beg of you to give it a shot. Look it up on the internet, a 12-step program for overeating, just like you would for getting out of alcohol or narcotics or all of the other addictions that are out there. Please do it. Do it today and go to different programs. Don't just go to one meeting, go to different meetings. They have meetings all over the place. They have them online. They have podcasts. They have all kinds of things. Do it, do it, do it. It'll help you. I beg of you to try it, because once and believe me, when I got to a weight that was 20 pounds more than I am right now, my doctor said to me, you're 50 years old, you've been obese your whole life, you're at a plateau, be happy with it, you're okay, You're still healthy at 142 pounds. You're much better than you've been your whole life. Live with it. Be okay with it. You don't have to weigh 110. You're healthy. You're keeping your numbers of diabetes at a good control. Your cholesterol is fine. Be okay with it. Live with it. Be happy. And I was. This last 10, 12 pounds came off as a fluke, and I thought it would come right back on. It just stayed off. I was very lucky. I was older. I guess I just didn't need as many calories. I felt healthy. It was good. And then once I kept it off for a few months, I really was happy because I felt healthier, because I had back problems, I had knee problems, and it really made a difference. And I was really just very grateful to God that it did not come back on. So I just felt healthier. So I was fortunate and grateful. And I want this for you like I want it for me. And I want you to keep coming back so I can hopefully help you more. Like and subscribe. Please keep coming back. Just Ask Sherry. My email is justaskSherry@gmail.com.